Howdy, Intro to Administration of Justice students. For SWIC's AOJ100, I'm your instructor, Steve Johnson. May recognize me from previous videos. I just thought I'd do a video announcement rather than just having you read all this stuff. That's going to get a little old after a while. Answer a couple things. I have opened up lesson number 5 now. Several different videos and things to do there. Should be some interesting stuff. Let me talk very briefly. I'm going to make this video pretty quick about Assignment 4A. Assignment 4A is a hypothetical situation where you have to answer 3 completely different situations. So far, everything that I've graded has been really, really good. As every class, the question out of the hypothetical that is kind of the toughest to answer is hypothetical number 2. And some students put on there that the officer should be indicted. And I understand that because it's a tough concept of the law to understand. But I want to tell you this, and I just want you to think about this. Many of you, I put comments, if you put that on there, that if someone commits a violent felony and they're attempting to flee, technically by the letter of the law, a police officer can use lethal force in that situation if they're a threat to the officer or a threat to the public. However, just because it's the law doesn't mean that every department will allow that to happen. Many departments are more strict than even the law allows. And in a lot of ways, that's a good thing. You know, I think about in my career, going on over 30 years, there's many, many times where legally, morally, and the way the laws are written, I could have shot and killed someone. And almost every time I've been able to use some other technique to not do that. Or I simply did not take that shot and we caught the person later. So it's complicated, but I want to let you know by the letter of the law, if you're a violent fleeing felony and you're a felon and you are threatening someone else, that most certainly deadly force can be used. You know, years ago when my dad was a St. Louis City police officer, anybody who ran from the cops, they could shoot you. Tennessee versus Gardner, a United States Supreme Court decision, changed that and changed it significantly, as it should. I mean, some 16-year-old kid running because he has alcohol or a curfew, we should not take his life because of that. So as I talk to you here, I'm going to flip over to the discussions on discussion 4A. I want to make sure my video is still running. There it is. All right, so another discussion 4A, you had to read the articles about the falling man, and then you had to watch a YouTube video. And when I have you guys do that, I really want, when you write your answers, type your answers, I want you to do it in such a way that you're explaining to me that you actually read the article and you actually watched the video. If you just say, oh yeah, it was a really good video and it was cool, and if I knew him, I'd give him a hug, that doesn't prove anything to me, and it certainly does not involve any type of critical thinking. So I want you to put details in there proving to me that you actually read it or watched the video and explain it. I've watched them and I've read them all. And then be careful with the questions, because I even put something like, compare these together and explain them. So some of you lost points on that. At the beginning of this class, I allow you guys to rewrite a lot of things when you made errors. We're almost 5 weeks in, so I'm kind of to the point now where I'm not going to allow any more rewrites, almost. So you need to really kind of slow down, take a deep breath, really read the directions. Maybe you watch the video, you read it, then the next night you start putting your thoughts together and writing. There's a few of you I've sent to the online writing lab because your writing wasn't so hot. And as a police officer, you can't do that. You got to be a really good writer, and you can't have errors. I mean, there really is no excuse to have misspelled words and grammar issues, especially with an online class, if you know what I mean. So, and then when I talked about going to page 117, talking about violent speech, I mean, almost all of you are dead on with that, so I don't need to hit very much on there. And then the getaway video. And I try to throw some fun things in there and stupid things that bad guys do. So most of you followed that direction, especially when I said write one sentence. So watching and following the directions is very, very important to getting the most amount of points. So there you go. I'm right at 5 minutes. So I hope you guys are having fun along with this. We're going to be posting a lot more stuff. Lesson 5 is posted, and everything that's been submitted has been graded. So check my grades and click on the comments to make sure you're seeing the things I put on there so you don't make the same mistakes over and over. All right. Let me know if you need anything. I always answer emails within 24 hours or even sooner if I can. By the way, a lot of times I don't answer during the day because I'm at work, and it's kind of tough to do the job and answer these types of emails then and try to separate work from these classes. So, but usually by that night I'm on my laptop and I'm checking. So, take care. Have fun. See ya.